actual, it's in the legal side right there.
Okay, the storage, as your definition, you're saying that you take people,
We
you
hold
put it
it.
in storage.
Yeah, we hold it at a facility in the
So,
city.
okay, storage usually means you're putting storage to use later on. But when you have your belongings with you, as the Fourth Amendment right, the first thing it says is that you're secure in your own person, which means not in your house, but outside.
And they just gave a ticket to
So-
someone for having property with them.
So when we keep telling the council, because I know that it's coming from the council that's implementing these, that actually is either infringes on the Fourth Amendment right
Yep.
or discriminates against the homeless.
Yep.
So we've been advocating for safe zones where they could stay, and there's many places. And as we talk to businesses and we talk to the community that surround us, because they're throwing them out of the parks and out of the alleys, now we're seeing them in the streets, which is worse. Our homeless are going to be here all the time. But you define that.
Well, you bring a good point. The city does provide storage of property at La Palma Park.
Yeah, but there's not enough.
If you're homeless and you want to store your stuff, the city provides 6 days a week storage for you. You can check your stuff in, go look for a job, go look for a place to live, reconnect with family members, and come back.
But there's
It's
too
on
many.
it's on the north side, right on the back side of the stadium.
Yeah.
Right next
Well,
to it.
people in
They get filled
Yes,
up though.
it's free.
They get filled up though. They don't have
but
enough
they
for
should
everyone.
have that in every city, because the homeless here on Maxwell or
Too far.
Great point.
Yeah,
The city
and it'll
is
be
in
great.
discussion with another nonprofit church to provide a check-in center out
Yeah.
west.
Well,
But
that's-
it takes a lot of buy-in from nonprofits
Yeah.
to willing to have a 6 days a week check-in facility.
Yeah, 'cause
So, but that's coming.
that can take care of the problem there.
Teresa.
I just wanted to verify, so there's 65 beds you said for
Yeah,
grandmother's house?
grandmother's house. It might be 60, but yeah, 65.
Single women,
Single women?
and it's $500 a month?
No. That's what, it's 20% is what their general relief if you can't reach the 500. The police department provides funding for the first month, and then at that point, the nonprofit then starts filing the paperwork for you for disability, general relief, anything that you could qualify. We just point them this way. It's a very successful program, and it's only for single women.
And you said it's an animal, right?
Yeah, yes.
Okay. Nancy.
Right here.
I'm sorry.
That's okay. As a homeowner, I completely understand people's concern about the bringing down of their property value and not being able to use their park, or feeling like they can't use their park and things like that. However, it's kind of an epidemic with the homeless, and I wonder how many people are really telling the truth when they call in and complain about the homeless, and how often you guys just take their word for it. Say they call in and say they're dealing drugs, which doesn't make much sense to me.
Not all homeless do.
Whatever,
That's-
but
yeah, right.
that's part of my question. So I do understand, and I also understand your position, having to do something whether you want to or not. But these are human beings, and I don't think that people are always telling the truth when they call the department. And they need help, and I understand, you're just trying to do your job. However, what about getting together with some of the people in the community that really care, and they're already trying to figure out what to do to help the homeless, and have meetings and implement ideas?
We do that. It's a group called CityNet through nonprofits. They meet every 2 weeks in the city of Anaheim. We meet at Central Library. You folks are more than welcome to come and see how it works. All the nonprofits get together. We talk about case management too, where each person, where they are in the system. It's been going on for about 2 years. That's where we got the 367 people off the street. That's the number we're referring to. So it's being done, and you're more than encouraged to come on. RJ has also come to those meetings. RJ was with us when we were signing people up into the park, meeting
RJ is
people.
Joshua.
Joshua Collins, I'm sorry.
Joshua.
Sorry, Joshua. So, it's a process. It's an enormous problem. But don't equate criminal and homeless together, because it's not.
Right. And
It's not. Let's be honest. These are people that need help. They have mental health issues. They're veterans. 30% of the folks in our parks are veterans. 30% of living in the city. These folks need our help. There are homeless who commit crime, but it's not the same. A lot of times we want to cross-reference. It's not. We got to be compassionate. We got to do what we can to help them.
Yes, compassion, and I was going to say, at the city council meetings, and there were people coming up and complaining about somebody urinating in the park and things like that. And
That's a problem.
yeah, it is a problem. It's all a problem, and I feel